Hello, I'm Krista, and today we're going to be making this Christmas shaker card. Inside you'll see that there's a little snowman and some snow. On the front there's a lovely little transparency snowflake and a bit of twine and a lovely little bit of bling. And you'll see that the front has been embossed in a swirly design. So to begin today, you're going to need these handy dandy shaker card pouches, and they're cut, and there's also the equivalent in the shaker card fronts you can buy simultaneously, and they're cut perfectly to match the shaker piece, which makes your life very easy. So before we start with the shaker, what I'm going to get you to do is stick the front into the embosser. You will sort of want to place it. It's designed for a 3.5 by 5 card. I just bought a package of cards to make my life even easier. And then I place it through my Texture Boutique from Sizzix. But I'm sure for those of you who have Cuddle Bugs or other die machines, you can do the same thing. So once you've embossed your swirly design, you can set that piece. We're going to actually use it for a moment because we are going to want to place the front of the card and get a gauge for where you want to stamp your image. You don't want it to be too low or too high because we are going to want to have a spot for that snow to sort of lie at the bottom there. So what I did was to make, just because it's sort of a, I like to sort of have things be precisely laid out, I took my pencil and I just lightly made a pencil mark and traced inside the frame where which gave me a sort of an outline for where I want to be placing my stamp to get that little bit of space at the bottom. So you can set your swirly red piece aside, and I used the Stays-On ink here and the snowman stamp from Stampin' Up. But there are lots of other great images. And then I placed the stamp in the center, just like that. And then I just set about quickly just coloring it in. I'm not a fancy shader, but I did choose some nice bright colors for my birds, and then used a blender pen to blend in and around the bottom of my buttons and my scarf. I chose red mostly here because it tends to match the front of the card. If you're using a blue front or a green front, I know that this company makes lovely other shades in blue and in the green, which is nice for those of you who sort of want a non-traditional look. The green, I believe, is actually a moss green, and that is just really a beautiful sort of take on the Christmas season. I also chose a nice little orange for his carrot nose, and a little bit of this for his hat, still in the red, just because I want to be able to highlight those pieces that I'm doing there, again with the blender pen. And working with shading. For those of you who are Copic friendly, feel free to sort of make these as fancy as need be in your way. And I then, setting the markers aside, I decided I was going to use liquid applique to create the snow effect that you see here. These little snowballs around his head and this piece across the bottom are as a result of the glitter sticking to the little pieces of liquid applique. You'll need your heat tool to make that puff up, and I will just show you sort of how it works. I sort of give it a shake, and then I just cover those little dots with the liquid applique. And a little bit is, you know, certainly, it doesn't kind of behoove you to go too overboard, but you certainly want to create a poofy snow piece here. I'm going to heat this tool here, and so it will be a little loud momentarily as we see these sort of puff up. Heat tools can be very hot. Please just show some caution there if you aren't familiar with their usage. And so you can see how that liquid applique has sort of popped up and sort of looks like a little marshmallow. At this time, what I did was I used glitter. I used a chunky glitter that tends to work well for the snow effect. So what I did was, because my card is sort of there, I would generally recommend waiting a little bit for this applique to sort of solidify, but for the purposes of our just demonstration here, we're going to just quickly proceed. I dumped a fair bit of glitter onto this page. I'm not sure you can see quite a mountain there, and I just covered really the image with it. So while it's waiting, I take out your shaker that you will need. The nice thing about these shakers is you don't have to be creative with transparencies and pop dots and all those other things. They actually come in the right dimension. They are actually self-adhesive as well, which is really nice. You don't have to fuss with wet glue and worry about your glitter getting underneath. And so this time I just lined up my pencil lines. And you can either erase them beforehand or be very precise with your shaker. And then, I've got quite a lot of snow in here. It's an avalanche. Maybe not quite so much, but you get the idea. And then you're going to place your card over top. I was using some twinery twine here, and I actually chose to wrap it around this piece first in a double wrapping, just to give it some extra character. And then once I've done that, then you can adhere the red piece on. I used just my red tape. You can use glue. It's going to look a little like this. And then you can use your red. I use my tape runner. Whatever you think. It's just paper. It's not really having any other function except to add decoration at this point. It's not functionally holding anything down. And this is when you're going to take your snowflake, and I just popped it right underneath my bow. You can see it's sort of even loose there with a pop dot. And my sentiment, let it snow, happy holidays, whatever you would like. And then you have a card that's all completed. I hope you have enjoyed this shaker card with making with me, and I hope you'll give it a try. The Shake It shakers are just fabulous and quick, and I believe there are 10 in a box like this, and they seal up nicely afterwards. And you can make through your holiday cards rather quickly. So I hope you're happy holidays, and I hope to see you again.